As you well know, one of the hardest parts of doing a question is trying to figure out which way do I go with all this. You've been given a whole lot of information and now you've got to try and figure out, well, which equation do I use and how do I process all of this, etc., etc., especially those big sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mark questions. So when you get one of those, best thing to do is as you're doing your REFWA approach, don't forget REFWA, part of your E, the extract, is this 3D approach, which is really, really helpful, especially for mechanics. So what are we talking about, the 3D approach? The 3Ds is basically just 3 little steps, each beginning with D. First one is a diagram. Draw yourself a diagram for any mechanics question, okay? Which diagram? Well, let's have a quick run through. If it's a projectile motion question, what you want is something like that. You want to be able to see the path of where the object is going. You want to be able to get an idea of the basic context. It doesn't have to be fancy. If it's a hot air balloon, you don't have to spend hours trying to draw a fancy hot air balloon, etc. Just draw a block, okay? And then mark your milestones. What I mean by the milestones are the A's and B's and C's, the key points along the journey. We'll go into more detail on that a bit later. So that's projectile motion. You want to see where this object is going or has gone. Force and work questions, well, it's forces. It's all around forces. We need to know what forces are acting on the object. They're not going to give those to you. They might show you a picture of a car driving up a hill, but you've got to then decide, well, that we've got the normal pushing away from the slope, gravity directly down, etc. Draw yourself a little force diagram like this. Once again, you can annotate on the question paper. If they ask you to do a free body diagram, obviously that needs to be done specifically on your script and to the whole spec that free body diagrams get done. But the key thing is you want a visual of all the forces, everything labeled nice and clearly. Okay. If it's a multi-step question, that's kind of Tarzan swinging down from his tree to pick up Jane, for instance, or a train rolling down a hill and then bashing into another carriage or something like that. That's kind of got 2 parts to the story to it. So with that, you want to, again, just sort of sketch out the story, show what happens. Once again, some milestones are A's and B's and C's are helpful. Tarzan swings down from A to B where he picked up Jane, that kind of idea. So get a visual. That's what you want to do with a multi-step question. And then finally, a momentum question, very straightforward. They're probably going to show you the 2 objects coming together or whatever it might be, but they're not going to show you the after. So sketch that for yourself somewhere, even something as simple as what I've got here. And one of the key things with this, the before and after, key thing is that, the direction. Make sure that you understand which way you have defined to be positive. And that leads us on beautifully to the second D in the whole thing, which is direction. Let your diagram and direction be connected in your brain. Whenever you draw a diagram, always think, which way is plus and minus? Is it up the slope and down the slope? Is it up and down for a gravity question? Is it left and right? Whatever it might be, just always write down which way is plus and which way is minus. Okay, then check your values, which of them are vectors. If it is a vector, choose the plus and minus and watch out for tsotsi of the minus sign, which is a terrible thief, will come and steal away marks because if you're not careful of your minuses, you can lose marks there. All right, so diagram, direction, and then the third D is the data itself. So this is your list of values, as we say, REFWA style, just in a neat little list on the side of your page. Getting all your facts together so that you can throw it into the pot, make life easy for yourself, and organize your data effectively. Good luck. Cheers, man.